Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And today we're talking about our two shop trucks. We've had a lot of questions, a lot of asks and different things about them. So today I'm gonna kind of take you an overview, a walkthrough of our Project on a Dime, our little S10 here, as well as our Rat Rod shop truck. Let's do this.
I wanna taste the pain. I think I'm seeing all red. 2 bullets in the gun, 1 shot to the head. I need a blank space. 'Cause everything is a threat, but I never back down. Man, I'd rather be dead. I'm making love to fate. And she look better in bed. Never walk this life till I take my last breath. I wanna make a change. I got 1 life left, so I'm gonna go down swinging. Don't you forget.
All right, so Project on a Dime here was an S10 that originally came from California. We picked it up on Marketplace right here in Saco, Maine for, I can't remember what we paid, 1,500 bucks or something. So it wasn't a rot bucket. A lot of dents, a lot of dings. It was definitely beat up and had some surface rust on it. So with that being said, we love our patina. We went ahead and enhanced that patina. We enhanced the rust, made it rust, and then you hear the chickens in the background. All right, so our friends over at Poppy's Patina hooked us up with a clear coat. We went ahead and the chicken is doing it again. Like I was saying, Poppy's Patina hooked us up and we gave this thing a sprayed on clear coat. The whole video is on our channel of everything we've done to this truck. We originally lowered the truck 3 inches in the front and 4 inches in the rear and decided to go, I'm gonna ignore him now, and decided to go with another drop this year. So we went with, I believe it's a 4 and a 5. I think this is what we ended up doing. Yeah, as low as we can get it statically, and it does bottom out a fair amount. As you can see, they're tucked pretty good in there. And speaking of tucked, the wheels and tire setup on this thing, these are 17-inch wheels off a Dodge, what was it, a Dodge Charger. I had a lot of people asking about those wheels. Obviously, I had to put some adapters on there, so we got 1.5-inch wheel adapters on there, and we were able to put those on. It gave it a really cool look, and we weathered those as well. Inside's pretty plain Jane, nothing crazy. We got our, we had to throw a little bit of rattiness in here. We got our Duff beer shifter. Made a cup holder out of some old springs and clear coated them. And Jack over at Sanford Sound hooked us up with a nice sound system. It actually bumps pretty good, and been pretty happy with it overall. And the seats I had kicking around, actually they come out of an old S10 Blazer. Originally I was selling them, ended up, you know what, they'll fit in here. We threw them in here, kept it, pulled all the carpets out, cleaned them up, pressure washed them, the whole deal, and ended up cleaning up real nice inside here. Now, under the hood. All right, you guys ready for this? A lot of questions on this baby. Here it is. Oh yeah, what you're looking at there is the 2.5 liter nutless Iron Duke. Now, I say nutless, it's because it is nutless. However, it only has like 115,000 miles on it. Thing runs like a top, and it's extremely reliable. So because of that, we're leaving it. I kind of do wish it was a manual. It's not. So nothing really going on under the hood of this thing besides our addition of the jack bottle overflow, which you're gonna see that theme came from the Rat Rod shop truck over there. Now enough about that. Also, you'll see along the truck here, there, and everywhere, we got some custom pinstriping from our buddy Rick Pierce over at Stitch's Garage. He was able to recreate our logo and everything on there and get it to look weathered and match the rest of the look of this truck. So pretty freaking cool. I love the tailgate. I love how the patina had run, and then we sealed it in with clear coat. You got some more. He like distressed the pinstriping up here, and then the whole thing, like I said, sprayed the whole thing with Poppy's Patina clear on it as well. And then the only other thing I did in the back of this truck was used big time. As you can see by the fender wells, she's pretty beat up. Not rotted, but it was like, they hauled more than like a Ford Maverick could haul, something like that. All right, in the middle here, we got some rough cut boards that we had, and then we burned the boards and covered up that really beat up bed, and then obviously we branded it. So in a nutshell, we had some sponsors. It's all on our YouTube channel. You should check out the build. It's a cool build. It's a fun truck. We literally drive it every day. Let's talk about the OG original shop truck. So as you can see, we live on a farm. They take advantage of the shop truck sitting here. Literally advantage of it all over the place. All right, this truck here was something we've had now for probably what, five years, I think, ish. Another marketplace find. I think we paid like 200 bucks for this truck. And it was literally in the field, again, all on our YouTube channel. It was sitting as you see it with the patina, and I loved what sold me on this truck was the patina on it. The whole thing was a rot bucket bad. Had to patch the frame. We ended up putting new rockers in it, new floor pans on it. You name it, we did it. It still looks really old and ratty. That's the intent behind the truck. However, underneath is very solid. The truck is very stout. It's very solid. It's got a Goodwrench 350 in it, which is nothing to write home about. And that's what was in it when we pulled it out of the field. As you can see, one little addition this year, we put our race car mode on there. A little bit torn through the hood, keeping that rat rod theme going. Which brings us under the hood. So this truck has gotten a lot of attention under the hood. It is dirty. However, this is a fun truck, and it's a fun truck to bring to car shows because it gets a lot of attention. There's a lot going on under the hood here. You'll see in the video, from the ground strapping to the copper pipes, which is a ridiculous amount of comments. Some people hate it, some people love it, say it isn't going to work, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? It's been there for 4 years. It works great. Same thing with these overflow bottles and the windshield washer bottle. Same thing. People said it wouldn't last. They would just blow up. Been there over 4 years. No issues whatsoever. This was an addition this year, as well as blowing up the alternator and tearing the belt out of it. So we had to throw that on there. New set of plugs and wires. We ended up putting a set of long tube headers on it. A new aluminum radiator in it. New core support. This is all new. Brake lines to a line lock. We have it line locked so it's monetary, meaning if you're holding it down, you have no rear brakes. So you can do a good fat burnout, as you've seen many on our channel with this rig. The other thing we did on this truck this year was the exhaust cutout. This ground's hard. So we got our electric eBay exhaust cutouts on there that are dumping right in front of our 2-chamber Flowschline muffler, also known as Flowmaster. They do work. It's electric. You can control them from in the truck. It gets pretty rowdy. I actually drive it around that way most of the time. The doors were lettered way back when we started this thing from my wife and my son. I believe you helped as well, Caleb. Tires. Recently put the race car tires on because it was in desperate need of tires. They obviously need some air. My buddy Jimmy hooked us up with those. We got our cab corners, which are all license plates. We got some various license plates tucked in here, there, and everywhere on this truck. As well as a few beer bottle caps. Some surrounds around the door crank. Gonna have our Jack Daniels covering up some cracks in the dash, so to speak. We got our rebar shifter we made, as well as our, I don't know what you'd call it. It's an old shifter out of a tractor that we repurposed and turned into cup holders. And some more pinstriping inside as well. But this was the original carpet. The original seat, we got a few decals that are clearly falling off. So the heat tends to get to them a little bit. Alright, we lowered the truck 2 inches in the front by cutting the coils, 2 inches in the rear by putting lowering shackles in it. We found this bed on Marketplace as well, added the wood sides to it from rough cut oak lumber, went ahead and let this thing weather out and actually blackened up. We keep it oiled with boiled linseed oil, which it's due, but however, it kind of looks good. It's the right fit for the truck. We did have a wrecker boom on the back of this thing. It was on there for a few years. People liked it. I didn't like it that much. I'll show it to you. Maybe we'll use it on a different build. Maybe we'll sell it. I don't know. But we get way more use out of the truck now because it's a flatbed. The saw blade on the side was a saw blade that I have had now for years. It came from my great-grandfather. So we repurposed it, put it on the side of the truck, and it's sharp, so don't touch it. And on the back, we added our little cool dude here this year for shows. Hanging loose there, showing people behind us what's up as we're cruising down the road. Our bumper, same thing. It's a big old chunk of oak. We framed in, put a little bit of spider web on there. Wired all our lights up. We got our horseshoe on here for good luck. Steve donated that for us. Some more license plate action going on over here, filling up a hole in the door. But like I said, these are all new. All this stuff is new, and we just wore it, made it look worn out and no good. But it's all solid. The truck it's solid. It just looks ready, which was the point of this build. All right, fuel. Coming from an old Anheuser-Busch keg. Here's our sight glass and our fuel gauge. As you see, we need a little bit of fuel. We plumbed this up. It's all stainless. We got it vented. We got a direct feed into the carburetor, and then a return up here as well. Mounted it. It's on a bracket. It's tough. It is not going anywheres. And that's been cool as well. I wasn't sure how that would work. I think we're going to use it in other builds, like our international truck out there as well. I think we'll go ahead and maybe give that a shot as well. All right, last year when we were doing the food truck build for Becker's Barbecue, as you know on that one, again on our YouTube channel, that one we put a saw blade roof on it. My buddy TJ over at Maine Off-Road Enterprise, he cut it out for us for the other build. So I said, you know what, the shop truck needs one. So he went ahead and cut another one out for us, and I put it on here with some old door handles, saw blade, let it patina. We haven't even sealed it yet. It does shake a fair bit. I tried to put some vents in here for the air. But you know what? It hasn't fallen off yet. It's fine, right? It's fine. All right, guys. We won't talk about this S10 build, but that is another build that's in progress. Way behind on it. This was the wrecker boom that was on the truck. It is cool. We kept the theme going. Look at the size of that hook and a Jack Daniels bottle and an old Coke can here. It is cool. I don't know what we're going to do with it. Maybe we'll put it on a different one of our builds. I'm not really sure because I hate to get rid of it. It's still badass. I just wasn't feeling it on the shop truck. I just was not feeling it. Which gets me to our next two builds. We got the International Lodestar and we got the Ford F600 over here. Gonna get a Cummins. This is a rowdy rat rod crazy ass build. I can't wait to get this thing on the road. Both of them. But when, you know, when are you supposed to do all this? Because life is short. Alright, it wouldn't be right if we didn't actually try to start this thing. It's been sitting here like 3 weeks, so it may not even start, but let's... Like dead. This thing is dead. Look at this. Holy damn. I need a battery, bud. Alright, I was going to show you the electric exhaust cutout and how rowdy this thing is, but clearly that's not going to happen right now. I'm not swapping the battery out for this. But you know what? We'll do another video when I have a new battery, as well as probably a few burnouts. But with that being said, thanks for hanging out with us. Any more questions, drop them in the comments. Something specific you want to know how we did or what we did on these. Oh, these came from a wagon, actually. These were burnt sides off a wagon. So like I said, I even forget the amount of stuff going on. Why are you so close to my face? Right, now that he's not directly in my face, if you want, hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Don't mind the turkeys. It's just the way it is when you live on a farm and build cool stuff. So hit the like, hit subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Scout Flip and Customize.